Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to be mowing out in the field that we call Scarface. We're going to listen to some music, get some Joe Stamm tunes going, and we're going to do some trivia. At the end, we'll call my buddy Paul, who is the best trivia master I know, and we'll see how he did, and you can compare how you did against him.
I actually did a Zoom call 2 weeks ago with Jeopardy. It was me and like 13 other people in a Zoom room.
This is a 1956 Ford 850, and I love the tractor, but I have a hard time keeping it running. The biggest thing I've learned from other people, not that I found it myself, is to turn that gas off underneath there every time you're done using it, and then turn it back on when you're ready to use it. Seems to be working out.
That autumn air comes around this time of year in central Illinois. I'm a Woodford County boy, but I'm stuck down in Laredo, border town. Oh. 2 years ago I packed my car, old Chevette 84, drove it till the engine smoked, hitched a ride through San Antonio. Got a job tending bar, let a senorita break my heart. I wanna sink my feet into some Illinois clay, walk along the cornfield in the cool of the day, get a dog and chase a raccoon up a tree, get back to what makes me feel like me. I find a Midwest girl that can handle the cold and doesn't leave when I run out of pesos, buy some acres of the pond out in the country, get back to what makes me feel like me. And on up to Juarez, where I went off the deep end. Had trouble at the border, so a coyote snuck me over. Come to ride down Highway 10, passed through San Antonio again, chasing my tail in Laredo with cowgirls and tequila. I wanna sink my feet into some Illinois clay, walk along the cornfield in the cool of the day, get a dog and chase a raccoon up a tree, get back to what makes me feel like me. I find a Midwest girl that can handle the cold and doesn't leave when I run out of pesos, buy some acres for the pond out in the country, get back to what makes me feel like me. I found a Midwest girl that can handle the cold and doesn't leave when I run out of pesos, buy some acres for the pond out in the country, get back to what makes me feel like me. I wanna feel like me.
Question 2. If someone is suffering from Braxton Hicks, what symptoms are they experiencing? coming along pretty nicely. Next question. The deepest lake in the United States is 1,943 feet deep. What state is it in? Topic of lakes, the next question is, can you name the 5 Great Lakes in the United States? While you think about it, I'll give you a ride to the other end of the field. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be mowing. Didn't bloom at all this year, and I'm not sure why, but they are Bartlett and some other kind of fruiting pears, so they should have bloomed, but they look good, but they didn't bloom this year. Next question. What year did Elvis Presley die? You were listening closely to that song. That was Joe Stamm. And can you tell me what county he is from? Give you a little different view here. Next question. What state did Caitlin Clark play high school basketball in? We've got the sun getting ready to set through there. right, so the next question may vary a little bit by state. So I'm just speaking for the state of Indiana. And maybe your state is different, but we'll see. If you pull up to a stoplight and you have a red arrow, but you're in the right lane, you come to a complete stop. Can you turn right on the red arrow? Three-part question. Do you know where the Summer Olympics were last quad, where they are next month, and where they will be in 2028? Question. Google paid $2.1 billion for what company primarily known for its step tracking wristbands? We're just about done. So this field is significant for our hunting because my stand is right in there. I use a climber and climb up a tree right in here. Also, a friend of mine, Kevin, and I are going to take down his play structure in his yard. Hopefully we'll be able to put a video up here and you'll see it in the future. We're going to take a play structure down in his yard and we're going to put it up in a tree at the end of this field. One of those. And then we'll be able to hunt out of it, and it'll be something he can bring his kids up here and hunt with them, and they will have fond memories of playing in that structure. And hopefully we'll have fond memories of taking it down at his house and hauling it up here and setting it back up in a tree. So we'll go get a hold of Paul, see how he does on the trivia, and you can see how you compared. There's a good look at how our blackberries are coming in. I'll ask you the questions in the same order that they show up in the video,
Okay.
and we'll see how it goes. So the first one is, can you name the 3 ships of Christopher Columbus?
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Oh, sweet. You got them all.
I've been to the spot where one of the ships landed. It's in the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, on St. Croix.
Huh.
So there's a spot, and they know that there's a bay on the north side of the island, and they know that one of the ships was there.
Nice. Number 2 is, what is the primary symptom someone would experience if they had Braxton Hicks?
I should know this. I don't know.
So you've got a couple kids. Your wife might have experienced it.
Oh, it's contractions. It's contractions.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I can't give you that one.
You can't give me that, but yeah.
Ended up with
Braxton Hicks is the contractions, like the
yeah.
early contractions. Yep.
Yep. So they're false contractions or fake contractions, I guess.
Yeah.
So number 3, the deepest lake in the United States at 1,949 feet deep. What state is it in?
I was just there 2 weeks ago. It's Crater Lake in Oregon.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, I was out on a West Coast trip, national park trip, and we went to Crater Lake. Yeah, it's cool. It's the bluest blue lake you'll ever see, because there's no water that flows into it and no water flows out of it. It's all rain and snow melt.
Oh, really? It's not a spring? It's not spring fed from underneath or anything?
Nope. It's been created by snow melt, and the volcano that created it erupted within the past couple thousand years. And so geologically speaking, it's like brand new.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did not know any of that. Can you name the 5 Great Lakes? This is number 4.
Well, the acronym to remember it is HOMES, HOMES. So it's Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior.
All right.
HOMES.
That'll make it a lot easier for me to remember. I can get there, but it take me a while to think about it.
That's the mnemonic device.
Nice. I'm gonna write that down quick. All right, number 5. What year did Elvis Presley die?
1977.
Why do you know that?
77 was a big year for celebrity deaths. Also, John Wayne and Groucho Marx, 77.
John Wayne's dead?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin your day.
And Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx and Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin, also 77.
Jeez. I should have asked a difficult one then.
Like landmark year for celebrity deaths.
All right.
Wow.
Jeez, you're good. All right. So you listened to the Joe Stamm song.
I did.
What county is he from?
Woodford? Because I watched it with the lyrics on.
Oh, okay.
I think it said Woodford.
All right. That's what I thought it was, and I've only heard it 6,000 times, but I always thought it was Woodford. Good job. Nice. Good memory.
I don't know where Woodford County is, like what's the county seat or anything, but
right. It is Southern Illinois.
Central Illinois.
Right.
So it's got to be around Peoria or Springfield, I guess.
I think near Peoria. He hosts a birthday show every year, I think, in Peoria. All right, number 7. In what state did Caitlin Clark play high school basketball?
Oh, man. So I know she went to college in Iowa. But was she from Iowa? This could be a trick that either she's from Iowa and she went to Iowa, or I'm going to guess she's from Iowa.
You got it.
Yeah.
She did. She played her high school basketball in Iowa also.
In Iowa, yeah. Okay.
Yep. All right. Number 8. Can you name at least 4 of the 10 Canadian provinces?
Yeah. So British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Uh, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, Newfoundland, and Labrador and New Brunswick.
I think you got all 10. So how do you remember those? What's your
That was my
mnemonic device for that?
I went west east there. There's no real trick to remember. There probably is like a mnemonic device for all of them, but I don't know it. I just know it by a map, and I basically think of hockey teams, and I just go I go west east. So I'm like the Canucks, and then the Flames and the Oilers, and just keep going until I get to the Montreal Canadiens.
So I have I think 6 of them. I think now it's been a while down. I didn't realize there were 10, but when I was selling tickets working for the Phoenix Coyotes right after college, trying to sell tickets in the desert to Canadians, which I've never been there. So I memorized Bassmawk, which was British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and that's west to east. But that's only touching the U.S. I didn't really realize there were 4 more that don't
Maritimes, yeah. And then there's the 3 territories up north.
Right.
But you said provinces, so I didn't do the territories.
You're good. Nice. Number 9, there's 12 total, just so you know.
Yeah.
So number 9, in Indiana, which is convenient because you live in Indiana. If you stop at a red arrow and you come to a complete stop, can you turn right on a red arrow?
Turn right on a red arrow? No.
False.
False. I can turn right.
You can.
I can make a right on a red arrow.
Yep. Unless there's signage saying you can't.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. So I came up with that one because came to a red arrow and I thought, wonder if I can turn right. So I looked around and there were no cops around. So I turned and then I looked it up when I got where I was going and found out.
I don't even know if I know a spot around the North Indy suburbs where there's a right red arrow. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But
I come to one all the time, but it's always the same one. So I don't know the others are. So that is true. You'd be a better driver after this test also.
Okay.
All right, number 10. How many states does the Mississippi River border or flow through?
All right. So I'll count. It starts at Lake Itasca in Minnesota. So that's Minnesota.
Who doesn't know that?
I don't know. Then it would go through Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri. Question is, does it touch a little bit of Kentucky? I think it does. I think Kentucky has a little bit of Mississippi River on it. Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana. So I'm saying 10.
You nailed it. Every one of them. That was great. Now, I don't expect you to know this, but I know I've talked to Paul enough to know that you might know this, and it starts in Minnesota. Why is it called the Mississippi River? Why do they get all the love?
I would imagine it. My guess. I don't know this exactly. I'm guessing it's what the Native Americans called it down south when Ponce de Leon it would be DeSoto. When DeSoto did his exploration of the southeast United States, he's buried in the Mississippi River. He didn't make it. So he's buried in the Mississippi River. And I'm assuming that's what his team would have named it based on what the Native Americans in that region called it.
Okay. And then
I think it comes from the DeSoto exploration party that started in Sarasota. And then they kind of explored up into the southeast United States.
Nice. Number 11, with the Olympics coming up. I'm a big Olympic fan. Mm-hmm. Summer Olympics, not so much winter.
Right.
But do you know where the
Olympics, there's 3 points. Where they were in 2020, they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Where they are in 2024 and where they're supposed to be in 2028.
So 2020 was supposed to be Tokyo. It was the 2021 Tokyo.
Yep.
So then this year, they are in Paris.
Yep.
A lot of controversy with the Seine, but that's okay. And then 2028 will be in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Surrounding areas.
Nice. What are you looking forward to most about the Summer Olympics? Do you guys get into them big time?
Not too much. This will be like the first year I can watch it with the kids, so we'll see if they're interested in it at all. But usually
what's the time difference?
From here to Paris, about 6 hours.
Okay.
So
that usually is a killer. Like when they were in Beijing and you got to watch 4 a.m. or watch a replay.
Right. Yeah. I like the ancillary stuff. Like everybody watches swimming and the gymnastics and the track and field, but I like the archery and like the deadlifting and fencing, that sort of stuff. Canoeing.
Right. That's all. Wrestling like everybody else.
Yeah.
Me. Nice. All right, we got one more. This is a gimme. This is the easiest one on the list.
All right.
In 2019, Google purchased what company for $2.1 billion that is primarily known for its step tracking wristband?
Is it Fitbit?
It is Fitbit.
It was Fitbit? I did not know that they bought Fitbit, but
I couldn't believe it was $2.1 billion.
That's a lot.
But
Fitbit
I didn't know. What's that?
I feel like Fitbit was huge like 10 years ago, but
Jess just bought another one last week. She couldn't find the charger for her old one and just bought it. She's loving it. So apparently they're still rocking.
They're still around, doing great.
Yep. All right, let's see what you got. 12 correct out of a possible 14. 12 right out of 14. That's good, man.
Pretty good.
People are going to be mad at you. They're going to think you're cheating. I was showing you the answers.
So where are you? Are you just coming up with the questions on your own, or are you getting them from
No, I just
whatever.
Think, like, I wonder what. Sometimes I'll search what year did, and see what pops up.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's something I'm like, oh yeah, that's the question I want. Or I go, they ask what year did Ford make the blah blah blah, and I go, oh, what car company sold the most cars last year? And I just
that's how you learn stuff. Is you can just like one thing leads to another, and you just kind of go down a rabbit hole. And the trick is remembering it all. Yeah, that's
how's that holding up for you with kids now and getting older and
not as well.
Not competing as much.
No, I did a Zoom call. This was like 2 weeks ago with Jeopardy. They wanted to do another round of testing. So it was me and like 13 other people in a Zoom room. And we had to do like an online test where they watched us and filmed us, kind of like this. But like I was doing a written test while they were watching me like this.
So we'll call this practice then.
This is all just practice. This is great.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate this, and I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, just let me know if you want to do it again.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good.